Good morning. Thank you all very much for being here. And it's great to be back on a campus, and particularly on a Saturday morning, and to see so many students who are here. In my college days, this would still have been an early Saturday morning, and usually would take free food to get me onto the campus. Maybe that's what happened here this morning. But I appreciate all of you being here, particularly those who have traveled from afar, as I did last night from Washington, to scale the mountains of snow. And I know that many of you had to scale those same mountains of snow. So thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Madsen, for your very kind introduction, as well as for your leadership. As an academic whose research continues the rich tradition of Islamic scholarship, and as president of the Islamic Society of North America, where you have been a voice for the tolerance and diversity that defines Islam. I know that President Obama was grateful for your words at the National Prayer Service during the inauguration. We were proud to welcome you and many others to the White House for the iftar dinner with the President. And I thank you for bringing us all together today, leaders and believers of many faiths, Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Sikh, including many groups who work together in community service. Thank you all for coming this morning. Imam Latif, thank you for hosting us and for your welcome. As President Obama was preparing to take the oath of office last year, you wrote him an open letter. You spoke of your hopes for his presidency, the hopes of many people. You also wrote that America has rarely noticed that American Muslims, such as yourself, have always denounced violent extremism. That despite the frequent misrepresentations of your faith, you have never lost faith in America. And that, and I quote, "We, as American Muslims, are eager to serve our country." To Imam Latif, in your service to Muslim students in the NYPD, to our hosts, the Islamic Center at NYU, and the Islamic Law Students Association, to everyone who joins us today, please consider my presence in acknowledgement of Imam Latif's eloquent appeal. On behalf of President Obama, who asked that I send you his personal greetings and appreciation, I am here to say that your example and your denunciations of violent extremism are not merely noticed, they are celebrated. Your abiding faith in America strengthens and inspires us all. And there is indeed much we can do together to serve our country as fellow Americans. I know that many of you and the organizations you represent engage often with the White House and the Obama administration, not just on issues of foreign policy, national security, and civil liberties that are of unique concern to you, but across the whole range of issues that affect your lives, as they do all Americans, from economic policy and health care to education, the environment, and faith-based community service. I thank you for working so closely with us. And I'm pleased that we're joined today by two members of our White House Office of Public Engagement who work with you every day, Paul Montero and the ever-popular Kalpin Modi. I join you today as President Obama's principal advisor on Homeland Security and Counterterrorism. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to discuss the President's strategy for confronting violent extremism around the world and here at home. And I look forward to an honest and candid discussion about what we can do together to keep our country safe. I also want to thank you on a more personal level for the opportunity to convey my respect for a faith that has helped to shape my own worldview. I grew up in New Jersey, just across the river in West New York in North Bergen of Hudson County. In fact, last night I stayed in Hoboken and woke up this morning to the beautiful view of New York City and the Hudson River, a river that has welcomed countless millions of people over hundreds of years to this great country. I am a product of a Jesuit education. Maybe I should say a survivor of a Jesuit education. I attended Fordham University up in the Bronx. You know, that's the school, the Bronx, that you students from NYU couldn't get into. That's why you had to come here to NYU. But for more than 3 decades, I have also had the tremendous fortune to travel the world. And as part of that experience, to learn about the goodness and beauty of Islam. As a college student in the 1970s, I spent a summer traveling through Indonesia, taking in the wonderful landscape, culture, and people of Java and Bali. Despite my long hair, my earring, and my obvious American appearance, I was welcomed throughout that country in a way that is a reflection of the tremendous warmth of Islamic cultures and societies. Like the president during his childhood years in Jakarta, I came to see Islam not how it is often misrepresented, but for what it is, how it is practiced every day by well over 1 billion Muslims worldwide, a faith of peace and tolerance and great diversity. And if you permit me, or I should say, اسمح بعد إندونيسيا سافرت إلى مصر وهناك درست عربية في جامعة أمريكية في القاهرة وهذا في سنة 1975 و76 وسافرت إلى الأردن وفلسطين والقدس وتونس وبعد مصر ساكن في الشرق الأوسط تقريبا 6 سنة لكن الآن أنا أجوز أنا كنت طالب وشباب لما درست عربية لكن الآن نسيت أكثرية اللغة كسلان لسان كسلان متأسف لكن ممكن إن شاء الله سوف أدرس عربية مرة ثانية إن شاء الله عفوا Now don't tell the folks who don't speak Arabic what I said, okay? But I did spend time as an undergraduate at the American University in Cairo in the 1970s, and time spent with classmates from Egypt, from Jordan, from Palestine, and around the world, who taught me that whatever our differences of nationality or race or religion or language, there are certain aspirations that we all share: to get an education, to provide for our families, to practice our faith freely, to live in peace and security. And during a 25-year career in government, I was privileged to serve in positions across the Middle East, as a political officer with the State Department and as a CIA station chief in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, I saw how our Saudi partners fulfilled their duty as custodian of the 2 holy mosques of Mecca and Medina. I marveled at the majesty of the Hajj and the devotion of those who fulfill their duty as Muslims by making that pilgrimage. And in all my travels, the city I have come to love most is Al-Quds, Jerusalem, where 3 great faiths come together. So much attention is paid to the divisions in that wonderful city, but you can't visit those holy places, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Wailing Wall, the Dome of the Rock, and not know that these faiths can and will live in peace. One day, inshallah. I have also seen, as the President has said, how Islam is a part of America's story. American Muslims have enriched every segment of American life, including an area that is often overlooked, and that is our national security. American Muslims protect our communities as police, as firefighters, as first responders, and were some of the first to respond to that heinous attack not far from here on 9/11. American Muslims serve with honor in every branch of our armed forces. Many have given their lives, and some now rest in Arlington National Cemetery, the crescent moon and star on their headstones, next to their fellow Americans, rightly honored as heroes in the proud story of America's fight for freedom. And American Muslims work to ensure our national security and civil liberties. They are public servants I work with every day. For example, the Department of Homeland Security, Assistant Secretary Arif Ali Khan. At the FBI, Javed Ali. In the counterterrorism community, Sharik Zephyr. And from the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department, Mazan Basrari. I'm pleased that some of these patriotic Americans are with us here today, and I'd ask them to stand and to be recognized. These Americans, and many, many others, help keep us safe every day from the threats that are real and serious. Among them, the threat from violent extremism. And as we all know, violent extremism is neither unique nor inherent to any one faith. Indeed, violence is something that every faith rejects, but that every faith has had to confront. For we have seen extremists who purport to be Christian murder the innocent in this country. We have seen extremists who purport to be Hindu murder Gandhi and Muslims in India. And an extremist who purports to be Jewish murder Yitzhak Rabin. And we are seeing extremists called Al-Qaeda